Hello, everyone. Welcome. As you guys are joining, I am actually going to be doing a live call right now. So I love all the interaction, and I will be going back to this and responding to every single one of you. But because this is a live call, and I'm super excited to have you guys listening into this call, I probably won't be like responding or interacting a ton, but still interact with me, okay? So as you're coming on, as I get this call all set up on my end right here, go ahead and drop in the comments where you're coming in from. And if you are new to one of my lives, drop the word new in the comments. And if you have been here before, say hi and let me know where you're tuning in from. Just drop in the comments where you are. Good morning. Hi, guys. All right. So for those of you jumping on, I am letting you tune into a live call that I am doing. It's a leadership call. And I'm going to be talking about the 10 characteristics of self-disciplined leaders. Okay. So you probably saw that in the title. So we're going to get started. Hold tight. Keep letting me know where you're coming in from. You know me and technology, scary, okay? Oh my goodness, okay, I actually did that right. Okay, I am so technically challenged, it's crazy, all right? I should stop telling myself that, right? I always say thoughts are things, but it is a little bit of a challenge, okay? Sometimes we have to be real with ourselves as well. So I am doing this call. This is our leadership circle call. So for those of you tuning in on the phone, I've got y'all right here. And for those of you that are watching this live on Facebook, thank you for tuning in. Super excited to be here, guys. For those of you that I don't know, my name is Michelle Barnes. I live in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. I am a single mom with two amazing boys, one of which it's his birthday today. He's the big double digits today. He's 10. I feel like we've been celebrating for like at least a week, but that's just how birthdays roll in this house. If you love birthdays, let me know. But anyway, we're going to get started right away, guys, because we try to keep these calls under 30 minutes. And so I've got a lot of information to talk to you guys about today. So the topic today for all of you that are joining in on the phone or live is 10 characteristics of a self-disciplined leader, okay? Guys, I don't know a single successful person in the entire world, no matter what area of their life, right? Success, it could be health and fitness, it could be financially, it could be in relationships, it could be their spiritual goals, whatever it is, in every area of their life, it takes self-discipline to be successful, correct? So we're going to talk about that today because I think it's so important. So I'm going to ask you guys a question, and for those of you on the phone, those of you live, I want to know what emotions stir up inside of you when I say the words self-discipline. Just sit with it for a second. What emotions kind of come up inside of you when I talk about self-discipline? Because I know for me, I've been in the network marketing profession now for, next month is going to be 23 years. I started when I was 4. If you want to do the math, go crazy. I can't believe it's been almost 23 years. But when I started, I wasn't the most disciplined person, okay? Discipline is it's like a muscle, right? It's something that you have to work, and you have to work it every single day, guys. Every single day. That's what you have to do. It's like a muscle, okay? So when I say the word self-discipline, I remember thinking back when I was younger and I started in this profession, when I would hear the word self-discipline, it was almost like a punishment or something. Or it was like self-deprivation, or it was like boring, or it was like, ugh, I have to do that. No, you get to do that, okay? And what's so crazy is if it stirred up those kind of emotions in you where you feel like it's self-deprivation or it's like a punishment, that's something to really dig deeper with later on after we do this call. And I'm going to give you these 10 characteristics of super, super successful leaders. And I'm going to talk more about leadership because this is a leadership circle call. But you can apply this to any area of your life, right? And so self-discipline, guys, I mean, think about those emotions, okay? Because what's so crazy is I think the majority of people, that's how they feel when you talk about self-discipline. They feel like, yuck, that sounds boring, or it sounds like punishment, or it sounds like I'm gonna have to deprive myself. I love Bob Proctor's a very dear friend, a mentor of mine, and he always says that sacrifice is giving up something of a lower value to receive something of a higher value. And really, guys, that is what self-discipline is. I love self-discipline, okay? Self-discipline actually is gonna give you everything that you want in life. So it's not about self-deprivation. It's not about punishment. It's about creating the life of your dreams. It's about literally having the best life you could possibly imagine living in every aspect of your life, okay? And like I said, today we're gonna talk about leadership. So self-discipline, guys, let's just kind of break it down. Really, it's just doing something over and over and over for an extended period of time. It's giving yourself a command and actually following through with it, okay? What a concept, right? Okay, that's really what it is. And leaders, I always say leaders do what they don't want to do until they don't have to do it anymore. They do it even if they don't feel like it, okay? You might not always feel like making phone calls. You might not always feel like getting up and going to the gym. You might not always feel like eating a salad instead of a piece of pizza. That is self-discipline. It's doing the things we don't want to do, and you do them long enough and you don't have to do them anymore. But then by then you love it so much and you're so good at it that you want to continue doing it, especially in our profession in network marketing. If you're in network marketing, direct sales, I know I have lots and lots of people that I work with that are in direct sales, network marketing, multi-level. And so this is huge. Self-discipline is probably the most important thing that you could possibly work on and get better at, guys. Like I said, I don't know a single successful person on the planet that doesn't have self-discipline. Does it mean they always want to? No. Does it mean they always feel like it? No. Okay? People are always like, how do you stay so motivated? I'm like, how do you not? Okay? Because I know what self-discipline, doing those things on a daily basis, those little things on a daily basis that are going to either, every choice, guys, every single choice is either moving your life forward or moving your life backwards. Period. In every aspect of your life, whether it's health, fitness, financial, spiritual, relationships, whatever, every choice we make, every second of every day is either moving your life forward or moving your life backwards. Okay? So let's talk about this, okay? Because like I said, if you learn what does self-discipline look like? What are those people doing that maybe we aren't, that we can work on a daily basis to get better at it, to get that hustle muscle going and to really work that self-discipline muscle? What can we do? So that's what I'm going to talk about, guys, okay? I always tell my team, leader of one, leader of many. If you can't lead one, you can't lead any. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Leader of one, leader of many. If you can't lead one, you can't lead any. And so we have to learn how to lead ourselves, right? I had to learn to lead myself, believe me. And I still have to learn to lead myself every single day. There are days that I don't feel like doing something, or, it's just like, but you do it. And then when you do it, you go, oh my God, that wasn't so bad, right? How many of you feel that way? Where you're like, that wasn't so bad after all. Why did I make such a big deal out of it in my head? Okay, so let's talk about this, guys, all right? The bottom line is, as a leader, we can never take anyone further than we've gone ourselves, all right? I always say that network marketing is a personal growth company with a pay plan attached to it. So the more you grow personally, the more money you're gonna make, okay? People always look at all the leaders and all of the top money earners in our profession and go, gosh, they just think that they just automatically, appeared that way. You don't just appear that way. It's this self-discipline on a daily basis, those small little choices every day compounded over time that turn into greatness. And so that's what we're going to talk about. I love this quote that I want to share with you. It says, when we are foolish, we want to conquer the world. When we are wise, we want to conquer ourselves. Okay, so that is what we have to do first. And so a lot of you guys that work with me, you guys hear me talk about thoughts are things, thoughts are things, thoughts are things. I mean, my kids walk around the house repeating it all day, every day. They're like, oh, keep telling yourself that. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are things, guys. Your thoughts lead to your feelings, which lead to your actions, which lead to results. So if you have positive thoughts, you're going to create positive feelings and emotions. And the reason I'm telling you this is because this is really important when it comes to why and how to get self-discipline, how to be self-disciplined every single day. It's that emotion, okay? And so your thoughts lead to your feelings. The feelings are the emotions that are going to create your actions, okay? So you've got to put positive in I'm back. Got a phone call. Forgot to turn off the phone call. I can't do it all, I swear. Okay. Anyway, where was I? That just oh yeah, your thoughts lead to your feelings, which lead to your actions, which lead to your results. Okay, so if you put positive in, my team's totally laughing at me because that's what a spaz I am. Okay, when you put positive in, you're gonna get positive out. If you put negative in, you're gonna get negative out. If you have negative thoughts, you're gonna have negative feelings, and those emotions are gonna create negative actions. Okay, doing or not doing actions, which are gonna create results. And so it's cyclical, guys, because if you put positive in, if you have positive thoughts, positive feelings and emotions, and you feel good, then your actions are going to be positive, which means your results are going to be positive, which means your thoughts are going to be even more positive, which means your feelings are going to be even more positive. And that's why you got to just do it. Okay. Even if you don't feel like it, when you do it, you're going to do it so much that you're going to get good at it. And then you're going to enjoy it even more. And it's going to become such a habit. It's like brushing your teeth. Hopefully you all brush your teeth every morning, every night. You know, it becomes a habit, okay? And our habits are what create, that is our paradigm. So if you want a different life, you've got to change your behaviors, change your life, period. End of story, all right? So let's do this, guys. I'm going to talk about these 10 characteristics. And guys, this is not to make you feel bad, okay? This is to kind of give you a gauge of where am I now and where do I want to be? If you want to be a phenomenal leader, we all have to work on these things every single day. So I put together 10 characteristics that I see amongst all of the top leaders in our profession, okay? So that you can jot these down and so you can kind of gauge yourself and say, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, where am I? You know, meaning 10 meaning I've got it down, dialed in, I am rocking this thing, and 1 like I kind of suck, you know? And sometimes you have to embrace the suck, okay? Embrace the suck, guys. You're gonna be bad before you're good. You're gonna be good before you're great. You're gonna be great before you're excellent, all right? It takes time and it takes patience. We're gonna talk about that, okay? So think about it and jot it down. Jot these 10 characteristics of a self-disciplined leader, jot them down, and then rate yourself, okay? Rate yourself on each one, a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, so the first one, guys, is a strong sense of purpose. All right, you've got to know what the hell you want, okay? Excuse the French, and that was mellow. But you got to know what the hell you want. If you don't know what you want, how are you ever going to get it, okay? Like, what do you really, really, really want? You've got to know what you really want. And people always talk about in network marketing, they always talk about what is your why, okay? You got to have a why that makes you cry. Okay, well, you know what? I've always had a strong why, and your why is going to change over the years. When I started in this profession at 23, I was $80,000 in debt from 5 years of college and 1 year of law school. And so there was a lot of pain there, and I didn't know how I was going to pay that off. I also had 3 pathetic jobs, and I was still broke, okay? If you have 3 jobs and you're still broke, you're doing something wrong, okay? You should probably look at your habits and look at what you're doing and do something different. You know, I had a mentor that said, where are you today and where are you going to be in 5 years if you keep doing what you've been doing? Like, where were you 5 years ago? Where are you today? And where are you going to be in 5 years if you keep doing what you've been doing? You're going to be in the same place. So for things to change, you've got to change. For you to change, your thoughts need to change, your feelings need to change, your actions need to change. And that's why we're going to talk about those behaviors and characteristics, okay? So what do you really, really want? And it's got to be, guys, a single-minded pursuit. You know, what I see in our profession is it's like shiny ball syndrome or whatever they call it. It's like, you know, oh my gosh, this is great. Oh my God, over here. And, you know, they're all over the place. All right. Just focus. The acronym FOCUS stands for follow one course until successful. It's that freaking simple, guys. Follow one course until successful. Okay? You gotta become obsessed. Some people think of the word obsessed, again, they think of it as a negative thing. I think of it as an awesome thing. I love the book, Be Obsessed or Be Average. Those are your choices. Okay? Be obsessed or be average. All right? I am obsessed about changing people's lives. This business is my oxygen. Okay? I love what I do. I've loved it for 23 years. Does it mean it's always been easy? No, okay? There have been so many ups and downs. If you don't have ups and downs and you're flatline, that means you're dead. You don't want to be dead. You don't want to be dead man walking, okay? Live life, guys. As far as I know, you know, this is like not a dress rehearsal, okay? This is the real gig, okay? So I'm going to read you another quote. It's one of my favorite quotes of all time. It's by Robert Heinlein. I think that's how you pronounce his name. In the absence of clearly defined goals, we become loyal to performing daily trivia until ultimately we become enslaved by it. Ouch, right? I'm going to say it again. In the absence of clearly defined goals, we become loyal to performing daily trivia. How many of us get caught up in the daily trivia, scrolling and trolling on Facebook, you know? Like, how is that making your life better? Doing things like that, right? So we become loyal to performing daily trivia until ultimately we become enslaved by it. Okay, there are so many distractions these days, guys. So you have to be self-disciplined in order to not let those distractions take you away from the most important things in your life and the important choices that are going to move your life forward. So that's the first characteristic. So it's having a strong sense of purpose. It's having a strong why. It's knowing what you really, 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 truly want. Okay, and versus the person who's like the drifter. Okay, how many of you guys know that person? Someone who like never sticks with anything. Yeah. It's like they're in and out of this, in and out of that. We've got them all over our profession, right? And so that's someone who just never sticks with anything. In Think and Grow Rich, it talks about making a decision. Successful people make a quick decision and they stick with it for a long time. People who aren't successful, it takes them forever to make up their mind and they change it all the time. So just don't be one of those people, okay? Number two. All right, number two, this is another characteristic of a self-disciplined leader, okay? They seek out and use positive influences or mentors, okay? They have mentors. Guys, from when I started in this profession at 23 years old, I had mentors. I had mentors up close and personal, and then I had mentors from afar that I listened to on CDs or books or tapes. I'm totally dating myself. Some of you are like, what's a cassette tape? Mentors from afar. It could be mentors that like your upline leadership team. It could be a sideline that maybe is a mentor. It could be someone just in your life that is a mentor, but you become who you hang around, okay? You are a product of your environment. So we've got to surround ourselves with amazing people that fuel our fire, not pour it out, okay? I've had to get rid of some people in my life. You probably have too. You have to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with amazingness and amazing people. So mentors, and what mentors do, guys, is it gives you that, like, especially in network marketing, guys, okay? No matter what company you're in, we all have the same products. You all have the same pay plan, okay? Depending on which company you're in, right? We all have the same products. We all have the same pay plan. The only variable is us. The only variable is you, what you do with it. If there are people making money in your company, guess what? So can you. You got to do what they do. If you do what they do, learn how to say what they say, you'll get their same results every single time. Now, there are also people that serve as bad examples of what not to do. All right. I always say leadership is like a buffet. Okay. Take what you want, leave what you don't. There are some things in the buffet you're like, ooh, that's nasty. You don't have to take that with you. Take the good, leave the bad. All right. Okay. Now, these people have the discipline to go out and find mentors so that they can shorten the learning curve, whereas other people that are not those self-disciplined leaders that don't have this characteristic, they're just victims, okay? They're total victims. They get compare-itis all the time. Guys, we do it all. We all do it. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 17, okay? Compare-itis, and understand, guys, the law of relativity says that basically there's always going to be someone better than you. There's always going to be someone better than us, and we're always going to be better than someone else, right? So you have to say, okay, look, I'm getting better every day, and I might be better than this person that just started yesterday, right? So stop the comparing, guys. Do you, okay? Do you, boo. All right. Okay. Let's see, where was I? Number 3. See, I have to have my notes so I stay on track because I'm very ADD and very crazy, and I'll get off on tangents and start telling you all kinds of crazy stories, and we'll be here for like 2 hours. All right, so number 3, another characteristic of a self-disciplined leader is they have sensory vision, okay? And they are goal setters. And they're not just goal setters, they're goal getters, okay? They don't just set a goal to set it. They set it to get it, okay? So you've got to use your imagination. You've got to visualize the success that you want in life, no matter what it is, whether it's the body you want, what you want to look like, how you want to feel, the lifestyle you want to have, where you want to send your kids, what house you want to live in, what you want to drive. And it's not all just the material stuff, guys. The reality is that money just makes you more of who you are, okay? So if you're a D-bag when you're broke, you're probably going to be a bigger one when you're wealthy. If you're a kind, giving, loving person when you're broke, you're going to be an even more kind, giving, and loving person when you're wealthy. Okay, that's a whole nother training on getting your money management mindset right, because a lot of us have yucky programming when it comes to money. All right, so you got to set those goals. You got to have the discipline. See, people that are not self-disciplined leaders, they don't have vision. They don't have vision, and they are not long-term thinkers. Okay, self-disciplined leaders are very long-term thinking. Like for me, quitting was never an option. All right, my 3 golden rules are get excited, stay plugged in, and never, ever, 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 ever quit. Okay, I had companies quit on me. I've had companies go out of business. I've had companies get shut down. I mean, I still didn't quit. I will never quit, period. And that is when you become successful. When you know that you're not going anywhere, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are going to be successful, you will be. Okay, and thank you guys for sharing. I see so many of you sharing this. I appreciate it. If you're getting value from it, I appreciate you sharing it. All right, I love the quote. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand, okay? My kids go to a private school and they teach, the whole school philosophy is built on Stephen Covey's 7 habits of highly successful people. And one of the 7 habits is begin with the end in mind, okay? That's what goal setting is, guys. It's where do I want to go, okay? If you want to go here and you're here, okay, what action steps, what things do you need to do to close that gap? Okay, that's what goal setting is. It's beginning with the end in mind. Okay, the next one, number 4. Okay, number 4 is a positive outlook. All right, I don't know. I've never seen a statue, created to a cynic or to someone who's negative or to someone who's, who's resentful or bitter. You're not going to see a statue built for one of those people, but you do see them built for someone who is positive and inspiring and amazing to be around. Right? So that characteristic of a self-disciplined leader is they have a positive outlook on life. A lot of you that work with me, or if you've ever seen me, one of my live trainings, I talk about being the spin master, okay? I'm not going to go into the whole training or story on it, but you've got to learn it's a muscle, right? It's that self-discipline muscle that we talked about. And it's turning every thought, practicing and getting good at turning every negative thought into a positive one. You are the gatekeeper of your mind, guys. You cannot afford the luxury of a negative thought. You can't. You can't afford the luxury of a negative thought, because what goes in must come out, okay? Your thoughts lead to your feelings, which lead to your actions, which lead to your results. Put positive in, you're going to get positive out. Put negative in, you're going to get negative out, right? So we have to make sure, guys, that you have a positive outlook. Guys, every single thing in life happens, I believe everything happens for a reason or purpose. And we live in a world of duality. So there's up, down, black, white, in, out, right? And so there's also inner and outer laws, and there's and the inner is what is creating the outer, okay? And so you've got to just practice. With self-disciplined leaders, they have a positive outlook, but they are not like, yes, they're positive, but they realize that there's going to be tough times, okay? But people who are not self-disciplined leaders, those are the people who lack the self-discipline. They focus on their past failures, and they let those past failures dictate what they do today. Well, I didn't do this right, or I didn't do that right, or I wasn't successful in ABC company, so how am I going to do this? Or I tried one of those things before, whatever it is, okay? So they focus on their past failures, and they use that as an excuse, okay? That's what victims do. Victims make a lot of excuses. They blame, they justify, they complain. Those are signs of being a victim, okay? So that's when you want to catch yourself, right? And create that positive outlook, be the spin master, turn that negative thought into a positive one, turn that negative situation into a positive one. Guys, this will serve you so well. Become bigger than your problems, and your whole life will change, okay? You're always going to have problems. You're always going to have challenges. It's just about becoming bigger than them, all right? And remember, whatever you focus on grows, right? If you focus on all the crap in your life, you're going to be a freaking crap magnet. You're going to be attracting crap left and right, okay? Don't be a crap magnet. If you focus on great things, you're going to attract more great things. If you focus on what you're grateful for, you're going to get more things that you're grateful for. All right, number 5. We're cooking. Number 5, successful leaders, self-disciplined leaders, they're self-assured, okay? They have confidence. And it doesn't mean that we're confident all the time. I mean, I was scared to death before I even started this call, because I wanted to bring you so much value, and my heart's always like, oh my gosh, I'm like, please just use me, bring me the best of the best, give me exactly what these people want to hear right now in this moment, okay? That's like my little prayer, all right? But successful leaders, they're not always they're not confident every second of every day. They have doubts, they have fears, they have worries, but guess what? They act in spite of those things. All right, that's why you hear just do it. That's why the Nike the Nike slogan is just do it. Or you see a book like this called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. You know, it's 5 4 3 2 1. Just do it. Okay, but again, that self-assurance, the more you do it, the better you're going to get. And the whole goal is to increase your confidence and decrease your fear. So the more you do it, the better you're going to get. The better you get, the more confident you're going to be, because it builds, it's like makes you feel good when you do something well. You're like, oh my God, did I just do that? That was awesome. And it increases your confidence. Okay. Again, thoughts are things, right? All right. So here's the thing. Action creates confidence, guys. Leaders are confident in because they know they're not going to quit. They know that they have that long-term mentality, and they go, you know what? I'm going to get good at this. All right. Which leads me to the next step. The next one is 6, the next characteristic, not step. The next characteristic is they have self-disciplined leaders. They have an ability to plan and organize. Okay. I was not great at this when I first started in our profession because I was 23. I was broke. I'd never even had a real job besides waiting tables and bartending, which was like more fun than anything. Okay. I was a personal trainer. I had all these like crazy jobs, but I had to learn how to become disciplined. I had to practice it to get good at it. And I had to get organized, and I had to kind of get my crap together. All right. So you want to prioritize. Again, guys, every single choice that we make every second of every day is either moving our lives forward or moving our lives backwards. Okay. I'm going to see where we are in time. Good. Okay. So for me, guys, that is, and for a lot of leaders that I know, it's having a morning routine. All right. If you haven't read like Miracle Morning or Morning Miracle for network marketers, they have one for real estate agents. I mean, it's just such a powerful book. It talks about savers, and it's things that you want to do in the morning. Get up an hour earlier, you know, to create the life that you want, you know, and the savers is silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing or journaling. Okay. So those are things, a lot of the most successful people I know have some kind of morning ritual. Okay. So have a morning ritual, do those things to like create good habits and to set yourself up. How you start your day is how your day goes, period. All right. So I'm psychotic about having a morning ritual. I'm also psychotic about planning my day the night before. All right. When I don't do that, it's all over the place. Okay. I'm a spaz. I'm like, ooh, this, ooh, look at this. Oh, let's clean this. Let's do that. Let's organize this. Let's, you know, and a lot of times we do dumb things to avoid doing what we know we should be doing. And then we say, oh, I'm overwhelmed. No, when you are overwhelmed, that means you're not doing what you know you should be doing. Okay. Right. All right. So another big thing that self-disciplined leaders do when it comes to planning and organizing is they block and schedule, okay? I learned this when I was 24 years old from Anthony Robbins when I went to Unleash the Power Within, or whatever that event is where you walk on the fire and stuff like that. But he talks about blocking and scheduling. And guys, that was a game changer for me. If you don't schedule it, it won't happen. Okay. If you don't schedule, it won't happen. And so especially for people in our profession, if you don't block out chunks of time to build your business, it ain't going to build itself, my friends. Okay. It's not going to build itself. So put the time aside, and it's an appointment, like a dentist appointment. You don't just not show up for a dentist appointment, or you don't just not show up for a parent teacher conference, right? So why would you not show up for you, for your life, for the life that you want to create? Okay. So I am crazy about blocking and scheduling, and that I block out and schedule things in every area of my life. Okay. When it comes to my kids, family first for me, my spirituality, my meditation, my exercise. I'm a lot nicer person when I exercise, you know? But if you don't schedule it, it's not going to happen. Okay. So start really scheduling those things out. That's what successful people do. People who aren't self-disciplined leaders, they're scattered. Okay. They're all over the place, and they're letting the day run them instead of running their day. All right. They're just disorganized. And guys, here's the bottom line. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So everybody talks about time management. Well, you're not managing time. You're managing your choices. Okay. That's what you need to manage. And when you manage every choice, every single second of every day, your life will be better. I promise you. All right. So are you a self-disciplined leader, or are you a wishful thinker? Okay. Because wishful thinking is not going to get you. Okay, I think I just lost the call. Sorry, guys, for those of you that are on the live. Okay. Oh no, that breaks my heart. Hold on, guys. Technical difficulties. I lost, somehow the call just decided to stop, and that's why I'm doing this Facebook Live. So let me get back in here, and I'm using two phones right now. And so hold on, guys. I am so sorry. Can you guys hold tight? Talk amongst yourselves. Ask each other some questions. Say hi to each other. All right. See? Shit happens, right? Okay. Let me get back on here. All right. All right, we're almost back in. Yeah, I'm not sweating at all right now. Okay. Round two. Sorry, guys. I'm coming. Okay. All right, everybody, I am back. I have no idea what happened, but imagine that. So this is just a nice little lesson that it's never what happens to us. It's how we respond to what happens. And if you were sitting here with me, you would feel the heat emanating off of my body, because that call, the leadership call that I'm doing while you guys are watching live, just stopped and just went away. So now I'm like cremating over here. So anyway, it's never what happens to us. It's how we respond and how we react to what happens to us as self-disciplined leaders. So I'm just making the best of it. So hopefully we'll figure out how to tie these two calls together for the leadership circle, and I'm going to keep going. Okay. Number 7, we're going to wrap this up super quick. Number 7 is the ability to acquire the essential knowledge and skills. Okay. A lot of you guys have heard that it takes 10,000 hours to master anything. It's amazing to me when somebody's like, I'll get started. I'm going to give this business 30 days. I'm like, don't even bother. Don't waste my time and don't waste your time. Okay. Like, I don't know a single successful business that took 30 days to build. Like, that's where you got to look long-term, guys. Like, quitting was never an option for me, which is why I think I was able to create the success that I was able to create, because I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt I wasn't going to quit. Okay. And so what I did is, and you can compress that time, that 10,000 hours, it's either 10,000 hours or 10 years, whichever comes first. But that's how long it takes to master anything. So how fast is up to you. Like when I started in the profession, I was so fired up. I lived, ate, breathed. I mean, I literally did this business 24/7. Okay, now I understand some of you are not going to be able to do that. Some of you have full-time jobs, you have kids, you have activities, you have all this stuff in your life. And I get that, okay? But when I started in the business, I wanted it so freaking bad. Like I had the desire, like a burning freaking desire for money to never be an issue again. I was so sick and tired of being broke. I was so sick and tired of money always being an issue that I had this burning desire in me to make it never an issue again. Okay. So I was willing to work 24/7. Guys, I literally built my business day in, day out, 7 days a week. And I get not everybody is going to be able to do that, or be willing to. But the great thing about network marketing is that you can compound your time by building a team. If you have 10 hours a week and you're doing this business 10 hours a week, but you've got 10 people doing it 10 hours a week, as long as you're being a good leader and you're leading by example, they will do what you do, not always, but that's step number 1, is just being a good leader and leading by example. But take the time, guys. Like I said, network marketing is a personal growth company with a pay plan attached to it. The more you grow personally, the better you get at communication, the better you get at working with different types of people, the more money you're going to make. Okay. So work on your skill set, master the skills that it takes, whether it's in network marketing, if it's, prospecting and inviting and presenting and following up and building relationships. Those are the key things, and leadership, obviously. So you want to work on those skills every single day, 10,000 hours to create true mastery. Okay. The biggest thing, guys, is that I see is people that are not self-disciplined leaders. They're the ones that don't have that self-discipline. They're always looking for shortcuts. They're always looking for the easiest way. Okay. The easiest way is just to go to work. Okay. Just work every single day. Put the time in, put the energy in, put the effort in, get better at it every single day. Okay. Number 8, we're wrapping up, home stretch. Number 8 is patience. Okay. Like I said, it takes 10,000 hours or 10 years to master anything, guys. Look at the most, incredible athletes of our time. Look at the most incredible musicians and artists and stuff like that. They mastered their craft, but all of a sudden they're up on stage and people think that they just they just became that way. A lot of times people think the most talented people are the ones who are successful. Talent is important, but really, I know talented people that suck. I know talented people that are not successful because they're not self-disciplined. They have all the talent in the world. How many of you know people like that? It's just wasted talent. If there's anything that breaks my heart in our profession, is wasted talent, is seeing someone who could be everything, but they don't have the self-discipline. They haven't worked that self-discipline muscle to become who they really deserve to be and should be. Again, it takes patience, guys. It's making that commitment. It's making that decision to stick with it for the long haul, through thick and thin, through good and bad, through ups and downs, and having that long-term mentality. The definition of success that I love is success is nothing more than the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Okay? That's what success is. It's knowing what you want and it's moving toward that goal every single day. Success is nothing more than a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That was Earl Nightingale that said that. So it's saying, okay, I'm going to become this. I want to be this person, and I'm going to work toward that every single second of every single day. Like I said, people who don't have self-discipline, they're just like, I want it now. Like I want it right now. This quick fix society, like overnight success. In my company that I'm with right now, I hit the top of the comp plan in my first 30 days. And people are like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, it was an overnight success. It only took 20 freaking years. Okay. How many are willing to put in 20 years? Okay. So if you want to be an overnight success, work your craft, become world class and do it every day. Okay. The next one, and we're down to the last two, is they are very persistent and they persevere. And we've talked about this, guys. I mean, self-disciplined leaders, they are very, very persistent. They're relentless in their pursuit of creating success in their life, in every area of their life. And they will succeed against all odds. Okay. Look at those folks, right? Like the most successful leaders, they make a decision, they stick with it no matter what. Okay. The undisciplined people, these are your easy quitters. All right. These are the people that give up when the going gets tough. Like I said, my 3 golden rules: get excited, stay plugged in, never, ever, ever quit. Quitting isn't an option. These people are the people that are undisciplined. They're just more interested in a good time versus doing what they need to do and persevering. And what's so crazy is it leads me to number 10, which this is what self-disciplined leaders do. They view their craft and they view their work as pleasure. They really do. Like, I love what I do, you guys. Like I said, this business is my oxygen. Like, I love what I do for a living. And I'm approaching 23 years in this profession, full-time, full force. Been blessed to never make less than 6 figures, but it's because of these principles and these characteristics. And so you'll hear people who are extremely successful leaders say, I love this so much, I would do it even if I didn't get paid. And some of us, there have been times in our business where we did do it without getting paid because we loved it so much and we had that long-term mentality and we were long-term thinkers and we knew where we were going. Okay, we began with the end in mind. All right, so you're going to hear people say that. The undisciplined people, they're the ones that look at their business or their job or their craft as stressful, overwhelming, like I talked about earlier, or boring. And these are people that live for the weekend. I like when every day is a freaking weekend. I love that today is my oldest son, my firstborn's 10th birthday, and we are going to the amusement park after this for his birthday. I love that I can build a business from my phone. I love that I've been able to create a life where I build my life around my business instead of my business around my life. Okay. And so that is so important, guys. And so I'm going to leave you with these 3 things. And there's a couple books, guys. The Slide Edge is absolutely one of my favorites of all times. Okay. The Slide Edge is seriously probably my absolute most favorite book for becoming more self-disciplined. It's studying again. It's the skills. This is the most important skill that you will ever have. And so The Slide Edge by Jeff Wilson. Another one, same but different, is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Another really really good one that will help you guys create those habits and create the self-discipline and work that self-discipline muscle. So here's 3 things that you got to do, okay, to really create that self-discipline. 1, start small, okay? Start small and celebrate the small wins, okay? Start small. Do something consistent every single day. Pick one thing. If you're trying to lose weight and get healthy, just, get rid of sugary drinks. All right. Just do that. Start small and celebrate those small wins. This number 2 is practice it daily. Okay. Practice it daily. Practice, 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 practice. Practice makes permanent. Okay. And then the third one is ramp it up. Once you get good at doing the small things, then ramp it up a little bit and then get bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. For those of you on Facebook Live, I will go back and respond to every comment, question. Thank you for tuning in. If you got value, please share this. For those of you on the call, I am so sorry that it dropped and then I had to call back in. I hope we can squish them together somehow. But thank you guys for tuning into the Leadership Circle call this morning, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.